Sorry, I'm just wondering about who drew the this to this region on that fucking tree. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stone-Faced Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with another episode of Sentenced to be a Hero. Once again, thank you to our mysterious sponsor. We come back as we normally do with notes, comments, and a board. So let's go ahead and hit that board first thing. Where we have the board changelog, where I added Tatsuya, Norgale, the Orders guy, we don't have a name for yet, Marlin, Lotus, and the Serpent. I had momentarily put the person getting the orders on there before I realized that was actually Kiva. Didn't recognize her out of uniform. Also connected the Serpent and Lotus to our previous Demon Lord with a green line. I connected Norgale and Tatsuya to the Hero green line, and I connected the Orders guy to Marlin and Kiva with a green line. So yeah, on to notes. I have listed the two things that can end a pact with a goddess, which is the goddess's death and mutual consent, meaning that the goddess can try and cancel a pact and be denied by the knight, or the knight can try and cancel a pact and be denied by the goddess. So if, say, Xylo saw Sinerva pushing herself to the point of death and tried to break the pact to stop her, and she refused, he wouldn't be able to have stopped it. The Fourth War of Subjugation began with the appearance of Demon Blight number 1, meaning that there were 3 other wars of subjugation before the Demon Blight ever started. So the question then is there something that we are fighting that created the Demon Blight in response to these wars of subjugation? Or are the wars of subjugation just an equivalent naming scheme to say World War? That there are 4 different wars that had the same theme. And just reading my own note about this, it kind of makes me think of Screamers. That the Screamers were a thing that kind of attack everybody that came out as a result of a war on a planet, right? 2 factions fighting over like mining rights on a planet or something. One faction creates the Screamers, and the Screamers just attack everybody. That maybe there was a world war going on here, and one faction created the Demon Blight, and then the Demon Blight just got out of hand. I keep thinking back to the fact that we saw a tank on the road, so it's just like, assuming we are working with Heavenly Delusion rules, which is a great anime, you guys should watch it, then pictures on a wall are going to be clues towards future events, in which case we are going to have a Demon Lord that appears to be a corrupted moose. One that may be a woolly mammoth, a large ape of some sort, a bird or a griffin thing, one that might be an underwater thing, and 2 that just kind of look like blobs of something. So maybe corrupted plants? They call Demon Lord 51 Lotus. Could be one of those 2 plant-looking ones. Although I guess you'd have to also enter into the fact that then how do they know what they look like if this one's been underground all this time? But, that could be a plot point too. It's been 20 years since the start of the Fourth War of Subjugation, and humanity has lost half of its habitable land. Now, not knowing the layout of this world, it's hard to exactly state how much that actually is. A lot of fantasy shows all take place on a single island, for example. Half the land might not be half the world. Still, it's meant to impress massive losses, so either way, it's bad. Can't ignore the fact that we passed a ruined tank on the road, and then consider the tech we are using at the moment. Seems to indicate a regression of some sort. So even Note Me knows you can't ignore that fucking tank. We saw a tank. It seems odd to me that Xylo, someone that was betrayed by the kingdom and lied to and about, would automatically doubt Norgale's claim to have been the king. I mean, we get evidence to suggest that he wasn't, but overlapping experiences suggest that anything is possible. Though, I guess since Xylo used to be the captain of the Fifth Order, he'd know more than I would. Well, Tatsuya is the proof of the first episode's claim about what happens if you die enough. I have to think his story is going to end with proving that there is a finite number of times that you can be brought back. That or something that sparks your memory in a moment of need. or I said their memory in a moment of need. Something like sacrifice moment or moment of clarity. Kinger, for example, from Amazing Digital Circus. I think I mentioned it in episode 1 as well, but it reminds me of Log Horizon, an MMO isekai anime, where when you die, memories of the real world are taken from you, and there is this group in the world that carries around a resurrection area with them, trying to die as much as possible. I mean, you lose the memory there, but you also get to experience it again as well, which is the closest thing you can get to going home. It's weird. Either way, feels familiar or similar. I'm telling you, almost never a good thing when someone's birthday happens in an anime. I'll never forget the Witch from Mercury prologue. Second mention of the Verkil Development Corporation, the makers of the lightning weapons that we saw in episode 1. They poured in lots of money into developing the Zewan Gan mines, apparently. So the seals Xylo has are sacred seals, which are powered by the sun and are invoked by a person's life force and will. Unsure by what invoked means in this context, specifically for life force, I mean. Obviously, willing them to work needs no explanation, but does it mean that they use life force, or that only a living being can make use of them? We see Norgale inscribes them on objects, and then empowers the objects with the seals to work. I imagine via his will to have them do so, and the fact he's alive for the life force bit, meaning that a machine couldn't trigger another machine's seals, for example. Just a guess. Xylos questions what the point of sending them into the mines is, given what we've heard so far. The war effort could be resource starved, and this is a mission of desperation. Verkile development needs more material to produce weapons of war. That sort of thing. Again, just a guess. Until something pops up to make him not, like some horrible backstory thing, Norgale is my guy. I like Delusions of Grandeur. In Team Fortress 2, Engineer is my preferred guy. I love his outfit. To be fair, I was getting an overlay made for this show with myself drawn as him before I even knew anything about him, all based on his look. Glad it turned out he wasn't horrible from the get-go. I had mentioned before expecting to see corrupted people, and we got that from this episode. What's interesting to me is that I didn't catch that one of them was holding an axe while attacking the Holy Knights, meaning they are capable of using tools. I don't know if that suggests that they have any intelligence of their own, or if they follow the commands of their demon lord, in which case, maybe dependent on the intelligence level of said demon lord, possibly a humanoid demon lord or a corrupted goddess leading corrupted humans could be the ultimate threat. And my final note here, Xylo says that someone can't be turned back, but I don't know if that's true or not. I know Xylo needs it to be true. He killed Cenevra believing that to be true. Finding out he was wrong would be a blow to what he thought he had to do. As I said, though, we do have comments. We got Rogue Knight from the Patreon, from obviously sent Spearhead to recapture the Zewan Gan tunnels, part 1. Thanks again. Since there is more to this arc, not much to say. Just wanted to highlight how much I love the insert song starting at 2016 in your reaction. Reminds me of something you might hear in a Nier game. I've never played any of the Nier games. I believe the Nier anime thing was coming out back when we still had Shy and Griffin on the channel, I must say. And I think that they were pushing away from watching that, so I don't know what that says, because I don't specifically remember anything about that either. I know nothing other than the iconography of the character look. That's it. Alright, and we also have Canaris 4 from the same episode. I figured the reason the goddess had black hair in the overlay was because you chose to be drawn as her. I don't know that. I don't know where you're pulling that one from. Is it black? Is it? I don't know. When I was growing up, this used to be auburn and sometimes even red. And then you get older and shit happens to your hair. I don't know. I don't know what to say. No. as per the thing I just said in the notes, I did not chose to draw on as her. I went with Norgale. So, yeah. I guess you don't know either then. The element is, I don't know what happened there. I took that from official art that was out there. That's not someone else's drawing. So maybe it was just a bad translation. Maybe something happened to the file on the way. I don't know. Anyway, that was the comments. We've gone through the notes. We've done the board. Nothing left to do but to see how this arc ends.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
How did they get around you? Or is this before? No, this is now. Yeah, so how did the other ones get around them to have the other guys corrupted up there? I legit thought he was going to die just to show us that he just constantly dies, the Kenny of the show. Okay, I guess they're just kind of like in an alcove. Yeah, I also apologize. I should have had a breakdown read on like what's going on in the opening. It's not that I forgot to do it. I've just been a little pressed for time in my note-taking session today. I should say it is 2 a.m. right now. I have to get at least 3 other shows recorded before I move on to taking notes about 2 other things that I'm going to have to then record 3 or 4 hours after. So I'm just kind of running low on time. So I got to the end of the episode. I paused it. I was like, okay, I'm going to take notes about the opening bit, which is obviously this bit here. And then, what did I do? Oh, right. I went and downloaded my copy of Fate Strange Fake to then take notes on that episode, because it's the other thing I got to record after this, which is kind of ironic because these art styles kind of feel similar to me. I don't know if that's true or not, but they do feel that way to me. And then I inadvertently started taking notes about that without having done my notes about the opening. So I don't know if that's fair or not, but that's my explanation. Otherwise, yeah, they were in an alcove off of the main shaft of the mine. I thought they were holding them back or something, which wouldn't make sense at all. Yeah, as you said, they used powered by the sun. I didn't put it in my notes, but remember, he attended academy. Oh, right, because his seals are also the same
お
thing.
前の蓄光量は常人の数倍であろう。さすが世の精鋭だ。お褒めに預かり光栄だが。
Is that because of the pact, or is it some other reason?
あと少しってとこだな。連絡が遅すぎたんです。労働者は
I mean, at least they're not attacking you constantly.
されますから。
Doesn't seem like you're under siege.
水、ありがとうございました。持ってろ。
So this could be the dad?
ありがとうございます。生き残りはもういないのか。思ったより少ねえな。最初こそは50人ほど生き残ってたんですが、ふと声が聞こえるって言い始めたやつがいて。声？ええ。
Oh yeah, like the crazy guy that you left behind up there.
消えて戻ってきた時には化け物になってたんです。だからみんなで仕方なかったんです。
So does that mean the guy upstairs is actually also infected, or that he is just like hearing the siren call of Lotus?
お前は分かってる。秩序を保った交代はゲロが出るほど難しい。俺がしんがり後ろから続く。諸君、互いに互いの背を守れ。世は一人として脱落者を出すつもりはないぞ。
That must mean Norgale also has quite a bit of luminous energy. I said it because he's been down here operating these sacred seal things a lot too. It's pretty clever of them to use a thing that's dark blue. That way it's going to be extremely hard to tell if it's achieved its darkness, its darkest it can be. My guy's a good guy. I mean, he's crazy. I would have put Tatsuo to die first. The man wouldn't even know he was dead. I still don't remember if that's the guy who had the goddess stolen out from under him, and he's the one that ran away. I also seemed like the blight was going past the barrier range. We have to pull out the turret that'll kill anyone that goes near it. I mean, I guess the element there is that if the people believe in their government, then they believe that these guys are criminals.
これまで泥と汗にまみれ国のために尽くしてきた諸君らの献身こそ世の宝である。何者にも決して奪わせま
Ah,
せん。
my guy. Why not let him be king? Even if it's not.
探査員があれば正確な数もわかるのによ。やってやる。死んでたまるか。たまろ、来るぞ。左だ。迎え撃て。
I wonder if there's anything that can't be corrupted. So even if a goddess can be corrupted, but we know that those are artificial. We made those. We really do need to explain what the corruption itself is, though. Glowing Earth-like globes around them. So she came down then, I guess. There's only one person that would do this, yeah. I'm gonna blame the High Priest, because I don't know how the fuck she would have gotten away from them.
女神よ、よくぞ祝福に参られた。感謝申し上げる。
任せなさい、ノルガユ。この私と我が騎士がいれば負けるはずがありません。
皆は防御策を作れ。世が声援を与える。仕上げた剣から突き立てろ。
Yeah, I mean, they don't have digging equipment anymore, now they have swords.
何をやってる。聖騎士団の奴らどうした。
抜け出してきました。偉大な私を止められるものですか。さあ、ザイロ。
There's no way that's true.
私を褒めるのです。
She literally burns with the embers around her.
なぜです。もしや遅すぎたと言いたいのですか。でもそれはあなたが私を置いていったからです。あんな仕打ちは許せません。二度とああいう。
何度でも言うがな。俺は別にお前に役に立ってほしいと思っていない。
You think this is gonna be the opposite thing?
何を望んでいると言いたいのですか。
That she might go corrupted
ただの賞賛のため
from
だけに勝手に
disuse?
死のうとするな。役立たずでもいいから生きてろ。
ええ、あなたがそう言ってくれる人だからこそ私も命を落とす価値があるのです。
Ooh, that's not the thing you want to hear.
あなたは私の身を案じ、それゆえに遠ざけようとしているのですね。
なんでそうなる。ふざけんな。
ですが、あなたが私をどう思っていようと関係ありません。
何。
私は女神です。人々の役に立つために生まれてきました。私は皆に褒められたい、称賛されたい。たとえ女神がそういうものとして生み出されたのだとしても、
Again, created.
私は私を偉大な存在だと思って生きていたい。
But she's acknowledging the risk.
いくらあなたが騎士でも私の願いは止められませんよ。
I mean, it's fair. He's trying to protect her, and she's acknowledging the fact that it's my life to sacrifice.
ザイロ、私の献身が気に入らないというのなら、あなたが私を守ればよいのです。
That's good.
ああ、そうかよ。そこまで言うならやってやるよ。
I mean, she's been cute. So give the action some time to show off. And the siren call. She's been cute, but I like the element that she's got like a will and mind of her own. And now she's like putting it into play. Okay, Tatsuya's fucking immune to it. And so is she, apparently.
耳鳴りも少しは抑えられます。
頼んだ覚えはねえ。
我が騎士、まだ。不満は後で聞きます。どうやらこちらに来たようですね。魔王現象の主です。
I mean, I was definitely wrong about the siren song thing. Not wrong about the plant. Sorry, I'm just wondering about who drew the this to this region on that fucking tree. Okay, that's the siren thing. Ooh, that's fucking creepy. Throw your box at him. Oh, never mind. That's his inscribing box. That's not that's not the turret box. You think it means that he can't hear anything? That he's just acting on instinct? Yeah, what the fuck is that? What if SFR was goddess of daggers or something? Yeah, it's a fucking plant, of course. But it's kind of funny though. The sneaky, oh, you spotted me. Wow. Thought we were gonna see the high priest run for it again. We haven't seen... Oh. Let's say we haven't seen the foreman in a while, not since he got hit. My guy. Look, we can't win them all. I don't think I put it in the notes, but clearly he has sacred seals too. Because he's doing the physical movement stuff.
仕留めなさい我が騎士。
やけしれっくそどうすりゃ
You're gonna have to go back to the repair shop. Yeah, say, I think he can cut his own leg off. Because they imply there's like a repair shop, which I assume means that putting their bodies back together. Gruesome. But I love it. Is that implying he's not Norgale? Damn right. Seriously, he's implying he's not Norgale, or he was saying his own goddamn name. I hope this means we're not going to see him again for a while. Because the implication is the other guy got beaten up, and we haven't seen him for this whole arc. Oh, okay, I thought he was in the fire. Oh, deflated like a fucking balloon.
ましたね我が騎士。
Well, number 51 down.
無事帰ってこれてよかった。お帰りなさいお父さん。
But where's birthday girl and her dad?
ラジート。
いやー、お疲れ様でした。ああ、陛下は心配いりませんよ。早速修理
Oh, wait, is that her?
来ましたから。まあ、
Yes, it's the same clothes. Yeah, blue eyes, I guess that's her.
なるべくいい足が見つかってほしいもん
That's not even the foreman.
あのイカれた王様のおかげで何人もが死なずに済んだ。
勇者が
まさか大罪人だろう。
信じられない。
Hearts and minds, I guess?
町のみんなも分かってくれると思うんですが。
気にすんな。
Oh, of course. He would be tied. Oh, no, that is her. Never mind.
あんたたちのおかげでマシな死に方は避けられました。
礼なら陛下に言ってくれ。
ええ、いつか必ずようやく子供の誕生日を祝ってやることができます。
Both of those girls wore the same colored outfits. That's what threw me.
ありがとう勇者さん。
Can't accept it?
幼き者よ。我が騎士が戦えたのは私
I thought he was gonna do a thing where he couldn't accept it, like insult her or something, and then walk off.
やめろ。ガキがガキに要求すんな。
ガキ？私のことですか？失礼ですよ。少しは口を慎みなさいと。
静かにしろ。気持ちはありがたいが、俺には似合わねえ。ペオリッタ、お前が持っとけ。
This was a good episode. I really like this episode.
可愛い花ですね。
ガキに花の良さがわかるとはな。
我が騎士、またあなたはそうやって。
See, I was thinking these guys are gonna have a real problem with this.
連れ帰って処罰の手配。
待て。たとえ大罪人だろうと命を救ったことに変わりはない。礼ぐらいは言われてもいいだろう。
しかし
胸の権威を振りかざして一度も戦わなかったやつよりマシ
Again, I think he's the guy who ran in episode 1. I also have to think he's probably got some control over the exploding neck shit.
女神殺しの勇者か
でしょ、今度我が騎士と一緒に。
ああ、そろそろ行くぞ。
もうちょっといいではありませんか。私ももっと話したい。ねえ。
Right. No next time on. Sorry, we kept zooming in. And even on the shot that we're on now, I thought there was something else there, maybe. Like something on the belt, something behind the flowers, maybe something in her hand. No, just the flowers. Sorry, it occurs to me now. What did I say in my notes section? 2 demon lord type creatures in the pictures that I thought might be plants. I don't know if this might have anything to do with the previous demon lord, and maybe the infection's still there. Maybe the other demon lord that I said could be a plant. Or is this just a happy scene? Is it just a happy scene? Oh, look, flowers. Whatever. I don't know. The element is that I might be trying to forecast things that are just impossible to forecast. What else? Yeah, I kept guessing that my guy, Norgel, was going to throw his little box thing that we showed earlier. That would, like spikes up from the ground, flamethrower thing. But that's not what he had on him. The box he had on him was obviously the Sacred Seal thing, because obviously we've seen him open it up multiple times and inscribe, so I just got fucking dumb there for a minute. But yeah, no, like I said in my notes beforehand, I chose him as my guy. And then, this episode, he did nothing wrong. They say he did a terrorist thing in his backstory. I just don't know. I don't know if he's not just the fucking king, and he's been betrayed. I'm gonna have to go back for the rewatch, obviously, to re-listen to what he said there at the end. Because it seemed like he was calling out to Norgale. Unless that was somebody else shouting for him to do a thing, and I was just mishearing because I couldn't understand the difference between two different voices. In which case, yeah, obviously wrong there. But if he was shouting Norgale himself, that would imply that the backstory is not what it seems to be. And I was really worried, because I thought, obviously, he'd cut his leg off, and the risk there is bleeding to death, septic shock, system shock, whatever. That he had also fallen into the path of the flamethrower. So, like, he had landed, it looked like he was fucking dead, that they had just burned him alive, thinking he was dead. And I'm like, yeah, my guy did the thing. And then I'm thinking, wait a second. That's one step closer to my guy becoming Tatsuya. Who obviously, if one of them is going to die permanently, it's going to be Tatsuya first. I don't think I put any notes down about it, but I do clearly think Tatsuya also has sacred seals on him. Maybe like the leg ones that Xylo has. I keep wanting to call him Xylos for some reason. Xylo. The leg one Xylo has, and apparently something related to his arms. Because he didn't go, like, all buffed up. Just his arms got all jacked. I appreciate Kiva is, like, slowly coming around, but obviously it's going to, I have to assume, become a position where it's going to become doing her duty and staying in the chain of command, or being a good human being. But as I said before, the element is that there has to be heroes that are guilty of their crime, right? I'm not saying none of these guys are not guilty. Maybe Tatsuya was a fucking horrible human being, and losing all of his memories made him into this. Like, he's acceptable now because he doesn't know anything. But there's gotta be... Well, we don't know anything about the leader of the group either, other than his name, and he's a coward. But there's the element that there's gotta be other groups out there. This is just Penal Battalion whatever. There's gotta be penal battalions of actually horrible fucking human beings that deserve everything that's happening. And we don't want to teach the kids, hey, heroes are kinda alright. And then you get to the penal battalion of child rapists, and oh no, this is all backfired on us. So, yeah, it just... There is a cautionary tale waiting to happen here, and that's all I'm saying. Otherwise, this was entertaining. I just wish we got more information about the Demon Lords, or what the backstory of all this whole thing is. Again, I had supposition in my notes section about this being a Fourth World War or whatever gotten out of hand, and these are like the biological weapons being used. Granted, sometimes I go way off kilter with trying to guess the greater story early on, and this could be one of those. Sometimes I'm right at the beginning. You never can tell. I'm thinking, and I don't think there's much else to go over here because I don't remember a lot from the beginning of the episode because I was just spitballing stuff there, and I paid way too much attention to what my guy was doing near the end. I definitely don't like the priest, but I don't know if that's intentional. Like, they may have designed him to be that way. I don't know if a subversion is coming our way or if he's just going to be that stereotypical horrible priest. So, but yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and leave it there. So until next episode, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?